Chris, you joked about the Friday night Argo victory, but both your soccer team and the hockey or the football team have proved that winning doesn't necessarily keep you at the top.
Yep.
So how do you maintain it other than winning? What do you do? How do you get into the market, particularly when your cousins down the street are just blowing, the roof off with everything that the Raptors and the Maple Leafs do?
So we're fighting and competing with ourselves. Yeah,
Right.
it's a really interesting challenge that we have to overcome. For soccer, we can make big bets, right? And we believe this market requires some big bets. So what players are we bringing in? We've got a global market for the sport of football, right? It's a massive, massive player pool. So what players are we bringing in that are going to resonate with certain markets within here in Toronto? I think we've done it pretty well. Tim Lewicki came in and made some big splashes back in 2015, 2016, bringing Sebastian Giovinco, Josie Altidore. Those players really resonated in the marketplace, and we had a ton of organic media growth from that. We had a ton of plays that you'd see on the highlight reels all the time, but it took some of those big bets in order to get there, John. So I think, we've got an MVP player on our squad from last year, and many of the people in this room might not be aware of Alejandro Pozuelo, right? He won the MVP 2020, but maybe he wasn't the right person to connect with this community. He's an unbelievably talented player, but who are we bringing in that connects with certain communities? And on the football side, or the gridiron football side of our business, what are we doing to connect? Maddie talked about community. The Argos can be Toronto's community team. We can do things differently than other big sports properties that we own, right? We can put the players in the community. We've got a guy like Pinball Clemens. He's the best spokesperson in this city. I would say that as we were planning the year 2020, that's where we were going to put a lot of our bets, in pinball, in the community, and then the pandemic hits and throws everything off, and now you're kind of running because our ability to impact in the community has been limited for the last 18 months.
So I moved to Toronto in 1975, and I used to go to the exhibition and watch the Argos play with 60,000 other people. Where have those fans gone?
Yeah, well, some of them are still our season seat holders, and you can see an aging demographic within the venue for sure.
So how much of an issue is that? I mean, are you a plus 40 demo?
Yeah, we are. We're absolutely a plus 40 demo. It's an issue, right? We just, but we need more. John, one of the things that we talked about when we first took over the Argos was how do we bring back some of those memories of what happened back at Exhibition Stadium, and you saw the evolution. We moved our primary logo this year to a modification of the boat logo that was very prevalent back in the 80s. So we've done a few things to try and touch on that. But for us, the marketplace has evolved. Toronto didn't look like it does now. 51% of the population is born elsewhere, right? So how do we connect with new Canadians is one of the biggest things that Matt and I sit on management council at the CFL level. We are talking about that every day. We are talking about how do we connect with new Canadians within our big market, but also across other markets within the CFL. Game's very difficult to understand. There's a lot of complicated rules. Can we simplify? There's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to connect.